All right, so we are back from a short break, I guess you could say. It's been about a week or more since I made a video. I've been a little under the weather.
Yeah, you have been.
You made me chicken soup.
I did.
But anyway, I've come to notice, all right, trends amongst those who say they're on the left-hand path. Politics, for one. I don't get the fusion of politics and the left-hand path. Of course, everyone has a political viewpoint. Every thinking person does. I understand that. But I think it's a bad idea to mix the two.
So do I.
Like I said, your philosophy should be greater than politics.
Oh, absolutely.
As I've stated in the past, what are politics? That is, it's the residue of philosophy. You ingest philosophy, you shit out politics. And what is politics anyway but the philosophy of trying to get stuff?
Yeah, it is.
Shit you think you're entitled to.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
And taking away from somebody else to justify.
Or whatever, justify justice.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, within this trend, this fusion of politics and left-hand path, I notice some people have this warped interpretation of what freedom of speech is. Now, here in the United States, we have the First Amendment. You have the right to basically think and believe whatever you choose, as long as you don't incite direct violence. You can't stand up on stage and yell, "Let's go out and kill those guys over there." You can't do that.
No.
So the question comes up, okay, hate speech. What is it? I don't understand exactly what it is. Is it what I don't like? Is that hate speech?
And you've brought up then that would make it, if you don't like it, that you want, as you said, freedom from speech.
Yeah. See, that's what people are after. They're not. It's no longer about freedom of speech. It's freedom from speech.
Right.
And whatever they don't like, they hate. So that's hate speech.
Yeah. It's a term that's thrown around so much.
Yeah. And I kind of, okay. I'm no fan of racists. I'm no fan of, hatred of others simply by how they were born.
Right.
You know what I mean? You should hate what people do, not who they are.
By their actions.
How they came into the world,
Yeah.
what they are, just genetically or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't hate people for that reason. That's ridiculous.
It sure is.
Because if you do, you're going to miss out on a whole lot. So I get it. Get it. But you people on the left-hand path, you need to understand this. The left-hand path itself is unpopular. It's looked down upon. It is reviled by most people who think they understand what it is. They see it as evil. So it could be looked at as something hateful. And it could be something that could very well be stifled by the masses, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
It can be considered by many as hate speech.
Yeah, it definitely can, which is just too bad.
But in this country, you have the right to participate on the path. It cannot legally be stifled. Unlike other places, even where you're from, the great white north, that far off mysterious land of igloos and mounties and
hey, I know how to build an igloo. Don't forget that.
Abominable snowmen.
Yes, I've seen one.
You don't have any penguins up there, do you?
No.
That's Antarctica.
That's right. That's the other end.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, it's. Obviously, Canada doesn't have an amendment that is dedicated to freedom of speech or expression.
A First Amendment.
Yeah, First Amendment. But, and so there is, some freedom of speech without it being a law. But at the same time, if the government or those in the Justice Department don't like what you're doing, they can certainly take you down. When I was raised pagan, we didn't talk about that because it was illegal up there. And as I got older, I started advocating for it on a national level to legalize paganism. So what they did was they turned around and they sent Child and Protective Services, that's how you say it here?
Yeah.
Child and Family Services, with 2 police officers that showed up at my door 3 times to take my daughter from me, because what they were looking for was blood sacrifices in my apartment.
Wow.
Yeah. I won that one, and there, and I brought up this before. The other one was I worked at a little shop, and in our front windows we had paintings of flowers by a local artist, and somebody got offended by the flowers.
How do you get offended by flowers?
Yeah.
Even hippies aren't offended by flowers.
know.
Come on.
So, I guess they phoned the police, and the police sent down their morality squad to judge whether
Morality squad.
Yes. And
calling Mr. Orwell.
Yeah. And they deemed it inappropriate. The flowers were appropriate, and we were forced to take it down. The flowers.
Wow.
I know, and that's only one of a million stories I have.
So you good left-hand pathers, let's say, you people who walk the left-hand path, you do not want to stifle what you think is hate speech, because, like I stressed, what you believe can be considered hate speech, can be considered hateful, and there are plenty of others out there that would love to stifle what you have to say and what you believe.